Oh, hey, are we on?
Yeah, we're on. Hi, folks.
Hello.
Are we audible?
So,
Can you
hello,
hear us?
folks. Welcome to Not Hecate's Not Dungeon,
Yeah, pretty much.
where this week, we're going to be doing something a little
Hecate's
bit different.
alternative dungeon.
Yes, Hecate's Alternative Dungeon,
But like 90s grunge.
where the inmates have taken over the asylum this week. We're going to be doing a little one-shot adventure, which may end in disaster because the DM is me, who has never done anything like this before. So today we just have 4 players. Would everyone like to introduce themselves and their character for today?
God, can I remember my character?
I'll
You're
go.
asking too much of me.
I am playing Reuben Fallingtree, a halfling barbarian, with an 8 in strength. Because logic. I am 40 whole pounds of angry small.
Jesus Christ. One sec. I forgot to mute myself. Okay, no, I did mute myself. I muted the stream, more specifically. So it's not going to have some feedback loop. Okay, I'm playing Vasmir Luen, who is a Sun Soul drow. So literally, he's blinded by the thing that he worships. And here's the screen, by the way.
Yep. Okay, Lauren, your character.
Okay, I am playing Triel Nim, a drow thief who doesn't talk to anyone.
Incredible. And Cinder?
And Cinder?
I didn't exactly give him a name yet, but just coming up on the spot now. It's Digger Snagglethorn. There you go.
Okay, I
Nice.
totally just named him John Ranger.
And he's an archer, but he's also a courtier to a royal court outside of the town they're currently in.
Cool.
So yeah.
So,
Shit. Never mind, nothing. Don't worry about it.
yep, nothing happens. So, okay, let us get right into it. We find ourselves in the far-off continent of Taravingia. You have journeyed to the town of Fenshold, and there was a little trouble along the way. You came across some highwaymen on the road into Fenshold and made a little name for yourself, saving a minor official from harm. As you entered the city, or town rather, you were cornered by this chap you can see here, who informed you that he's involved with the director of prisons and pulled you into this inn, the Bronze Lute, saying that he has some work for you. So, as he sits you down in the inn, the barman immediately goes, "Fearworthy, what are you doing here?" To which the guy replies, "Back off, Bog, I'm paying today." And he slams some gold coins down on the table and says, "Bring me around for my friends here."
Well, this is already getting somewhere interesting. So,
Yeah.
should we presume we already know each other?
No, I think you've just met. It was just a chance meeting on the way into the town.
Okay. I'm just going to take a second to observe the gold that's on the counter, and given I've had a pretty hard-up life, and, I often sort of search for charity from people anyway, I'm just gonna take this guy at his word and see what he has to say. I mean, we're at the situation, we are getting free drinks, and I don't exactly have anywhere to be right this very moment, so I'll accept this in silence and see what comes up.
Okay, anyone else?
TM looks bored. She's just sat. She's taken like this little wooden idol out of her pocket and she's just carving away at it. She doesn't care what's going on. She barely looks like she even registered that someone had sat her down.
Okay, so little wood shavings showering to the floor in this inn.
Someone's buying me alcohol. I'll take it for now.
Good.
So, okay, in that case, I'll go on.
And he's more or less just kind of sitting there looking around like these are the people he has to congregate with after going in for a drink.
Yep. So this guy gathers you all in closer. Looks like he has something to say to you that is a little bit secret. And he says in a hushed voice, "So, my name's Roland Veerworthy. As I said, I work with the prisons. And I heard about what you did out on the road. You've already caught the eye of the Baron. And he wants me to ask you to do us a little favor, a little job. Do you take on this kind of work? We need you to go after a fugitive."
Yeah, I can do that.
Provided.
That is my line of work.
Yeah. Well, I don't
TM's
want
still
to see...
not listening.
I don't want to see innocents get hurt, so...
Well, yeah, certainly innocents will be getting hurt if he doesn't get found or she doesn't get found. Let me explain. On the way into the town, you might have seen the building that the people call the Stone Keep. It's where we keep our special prisoners, those who can use magic, that kind of thing. This morning, one of the prisoners escaped, and they did something bloody stupid. You see, when we built the Stone Keep, we had a mage create a very powerful warding system to keep the prisoners inside. It's controlled by something called the Guard Stone. When this prisoner escaped, she must have grabbed the Guard Stone and, not knowing how to use it, just said, "Close all the doors." Now, all the guards and the prisoners are trapped inside. We can't get to them. It's going to take days to get a mage here who's powerful enough to undo the warding. If we don't find this fugitive in the next couple of days, everyone inside is going to starve to death or, die of thirst. So, the person you need to find is called just Razzle. We only know her as Razzle. She's a trickster. She's a rogue. She always wears brightly colored clothing. And she's great at defrauding people to get her own way. She's quite well known in the town after her last little escapade. And she's spent a couple of weeks in the prison wearing her signature quilted red and blue and white and yellow waistcoat and basically causing a nuisance.
Cool. How much are we getting paid?
How does 400 gold sound?
Sounds awesome. Ruben is leaving right now. Ruben's just walking out. He's done.
You might want to hear the next part of this.
I was about to ask if there's anything else.
Do go on, please.
Yeah. The thing is, we know where Razzle is, and we just don't want to go in there after her.
Oh.
See, she fled the town. She headed west into the woods. We tracked her to the edge of the Vale of Sadness.
I get the feeling that the Vale of Sadness is aptly named.
It's not a
Charles
very
just kind of
place.
looked up and seems to be like still half not interested or listening.
It is not named for its butterflies and sunshine.
Good.
We can't
I don't
go in-
like butterflies.
Well then, this may be the job for you.
Should we expect to run into anything in the Vale?
Well, not many people go in there and come out again. I can't really tell you what goes on inside the Vale. Especially since, and he pulls out a little document from his pockets, unveils it, and it's his contract. And it specifically says, you're not allowed to enter the Vale of Sadness.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So there's nothing us guards can do. It's in our insurance.
Okay.
I suspect it's not really, plausible to just walk people into there and expect them to get out, by that words.
Yes.
Sounds like a jolly fun
Complete
adventure.
strangers.
I can give you 100 gold in advance for this.
All right. I have no reason to decline. Does anyone else have anything to say about it?
I'll take it. Let's just get going.
Okay,
I'm ready.
finish up your drinks. I can guide you out. Do you need to pick up anything in town before you go?
Nah.
Well, I seem to be fully stocked, although I could do with a couple health potions. Case.
I suppose I'm well enough in myself that I'm ready to leave.
Health
And
potions, you said?
Just a couple. Just in case.
Okay, follow me. And he guides you out into the town. You walk for a few minutes down quite a famous road that you've heard of before coming into this town. He's taking you down the Artisan's Promenade to the Hylo Rock. You see this shop, the sign outside has a rock, the mythical bird, flying upside down on it. If you need potions, in here.
Perfect. I'll just take a few bits to get some potions and then regroup so we can head off.
So it looks like the drow monk is taking your 100 gold into the shop.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yep.
Whoops. I don't know. Does anyone have any
Get
objections,
me
really?
I thought he meant 100 each.
Nope.
Yeah. If that's the case, then I'll just not do that. No healing for me.
Well, you know, I'm new to this. Okay, let's say 100 each. Let's say 100 each, because, yeah, I don't know balance for money in this.
I don't know what's balanced for 5th level.
Yeah. So, okay, you each have 100 gold.
Okay.
Yay, potions.
So, a potion of healing is 50 gold, right?
That is correct, so I now have 0.
Okay. Anyone else?
What can we buy?
Well, there are general stores around here. You could buy anything from, manacles, caltrops, climbing gear, oil, paper, rations. Well, you already have rations, I assume.
Yep.
Yep. Tents,
Essentially, just think of something that you might need, and I'll attempt to find it for you really quick. Because I have my book open to that page right now, so.
You can buy basically anything.
I've already got everything I can carry. And actually, I'm probably going ahead. I probably
Okay.
don't care to stick with the party.
Really? Okay.
I'm just gonna take the lead and start going.
No, I can't think of anything we need.
Okay. Then that just leaves Cinder.
He states that he could use a potion or two of healing just in case,
Hmm.
Okay.
but otherwise he is ready to go.
Okay, let me just...
Okay, so let's say you pick up 2 potions of healing as well. Cool.
Alright.
So, okay, now we've entered into the realm of imagination because I have no more maps or anything to use here. So, just for the time being, it's just going to be in our minds.
This is a fun one.
Imagination.
Yes.
Guess what, everyone? We get to do this because we're doing it live.
So, okay, Veerworthy guides you to the west gate of Fenshold, and you start off on your way. But immediately, and I don't know, is Ruben in sight, or has he just completely disappeared?
Let's see if he knows where to go.
I can at least do
I
it a
guess-
little bit, so...
Would that be a survival roll to see where I'm going?
Let's just go straight intelligence, because you've just reached
Okay.
the city. It was more a case of knowing which gate to go out of.
Okay.
So, roll a quick intelligence check.
Yep,
20.
I'm leaving you
Okay.
guys behind.
Yep. Okay, so
See ya.
Wow.
as you depart from the west gate, you see that Ruben has he's just like a silhouette off in the distance, cresting the hilltop on the way that you're supposed to be going.
A couple turns into combat before you show up, it's fine.
I'm looking forward to it.
Deputy Veerworthy just sees him go and goes,
Great.
"There's one eager adventurer." Yeah. So, okay, as you leave the west gates, somebody kind of runs and stumbles up to you. He's out of breath. It says, excuse me, please, sirs, madam, sorry, I heard that you're going out to the Vale of Sadness.
Apparently we are.
We are indeed. Is there something we should be worried about?
Well, he looks a little nervous. He takes his cap off his head, and you see this guy, he looks like a very simple person, just a farmer. He's twisting his hat in his hands. He introduces himself as Frederick Tarulo. He says, listen, I know I'm just an old fool, and it's pointless. It's pointless. And at this point, Veerworthy is already pushing him away. He says, "We're busy here, old man.
Wait.
Back to your farm."
Let's hear him out. He might have something.
Thank you, sir. Listen, I lost my son out there, my boy Milo. It's been a year. He went out there a year ago and hasn't come back, and I don't hold out any hope for him. But just promise me you'll look for him.
I'll just look back to the others in this one. I know my answer, but I just want to let them get it first.
Any other responses from Lauren or Cinder?
Trill kind of takes the idol that she's been carving, and it's a little rabbit, and she just presses it into the old man's hands and doesn't say anything.
Well, thank you, miss, but yes.
We could keep a lookout for him. It'd be a shame to let an unattended child roam about freely.
Oh, he's no child, my boy. He was grown. He was quite a talented young mage. You'll know him by his eyeglasses. But
We shall see.
well, as I say, he's been gone a long time, and I just want to know what happened to him.
If we run across him anywhere in the Vale, I suppose we'll find some. We'll tell you.
Thank you. I wanted to search for him myself, but I couldn't find anyone to help me. But I did. I saved up my money for so long, and I bought this. I want you to take this as thanks. And he puts in your hand a potion of greater healing.
Wonderful.
Cool. So, okay, you follow Veerworthy out on the west road, out of Fenshold, towards the forests. And it's a couple of hours' walk, and you catch up with Rubens quite easily over those couple of hours. So,
Okay. So he's not that far off.
any chatting you want to do while you're on the road?
I'd like to know everyone's names at least. I'll take a second to introduce myself first, since I shouldn't ask that from someone else if I don't do that. I am Vasmir Lewin. I've been traveling around for quite a while, chasing after the good sun out there, though it's a little bit difficult because it's a little hard for me to even look or exist in spaces near to the sun, but, you know, there's always hope for room and change. How about you two?
Name's Ruben. I like to stab people.
Well, very straightforward.
Yes. My name is Diggard, and I am a courier to the royal court in a neighboring town.
And that leaves our
I'm
totem carver.
Triel.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm Triel.
Triel.
That's about it, really.
Got a bit of a motley crew, haven't we?
No responses. The motley crew just walks on in silence.
That's going to be our name
Okay.
now.
So after a couple of hours, the motley crew. Nice.
We're literally a rock band.
Yes. So after a couple of hours of travel, the road has been among the trees for quite a while now. Just like old cart tracks leading you ever onward into deeper and deeper trees. Until after a while, you see ahead of you, there's a fence running along part of this forest. It seems old, disused, but obviously put up by someone to keep livestock out. And standing on either side of a gate across the path are two guards in the same armor as Veerworthy. He salutes to them as you approach. Any news, men? And they shrug. Nothing. She hasn't come out. They have dogs with them, just kind of lounging around.
And I'm assuming by she, they're referring to our target.
Yes, they're referring to Razzle.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Veil of Sadness. I wish I could give you some advice, but we don't really know what goes on in there. Except, there's talk. There's some talk. People...
What's the talk?
Well, nobody really understands. There's, a while ago, somebody came running out of the forest, mad, raving. The clerics tried to help her, but there wasn't much they could do. She talked about the three aunties.
The three aunties?
Yeah. Well, that's all the help I can give you.
Interesting.
Come on, boys, we're headed back.
Is there any way we might find this woman before you head off?
Well, like I said, she's wearing that yellow, blue, white, and red patchwork quilted waistcoat.
Oh, no, I mean the mad woman.
Oh, no, she's back at town. No, she's been locked up for quite some time.
Well, it's a shame. Guess we won't get any info from her.
It's alright. I don't think you would anyway.
You never know. There's always some truth to the ravings of the mad.
Mostly, from what I hear, all she says is, say hello to Auntie.
Maybe not.
But yeah, about Razzle. She's a flamboyant type. Normally she'd be very colourful, but she crawled out the sewers of the prison. So I don't know in what state she's going to be.
At the very least, she won't exactly smell pleasant.
Hmm. Well, okay. Good luck. If we don't hear from you in a couple of days, then we'll assume the worst. But remember, you've got another 300 gold each if you make it back. With Razzle.
Naturally.
And remember, the guard stone.
Yeah, that is sort of important, isn't it?
Yeah. I suppose I should tell you what it looks like.
That would be very helpful.
That would be helpful.
It's a small, palm-sized pyramid of opaque glass that glows greenish yellow.
Okay, small pyramid. Greenish yellow. Okay, that should be easy enough to remember.
Right, come on lads, we're going back to town. Veerworthy guides the guards and their dogs back down the path, never looking back and leaving you at the gate to the Veil of Sadness.
Anyone feeling sad yet?
Not yet, since we haven't actually run across any grievous danger. Would anyone like to
feel a bit
take
more. I feel a bit
got
more
it.
indifference, but otherwise not so sad.
Well, I guess we have our leader, so lead on, Halfling. Let's see what you get up to.
Alright. Tracking someone. What stat is that?
I guess survival.
Yes, that's what I would assume.
Neat. That's...
Yeah, go for
I
it.
didn't
Make a
take
survival
proficiency in that. Oh,
I
well.
should actually mention, Cinder, you just chose your favorite terrain as forest, didn't you?
Yes, I did, actually.
so
So,
I mean, it is possible that it may come in useful for tracking.
for
I
favor...
have no idea where she went.
Yep, that's... You see no footprints. You assume that this Razzle must be quite good at evading escape.
Yep. Just for a reference, if you are a natural explorer, you can make intelligence checks or wisdom checks. When you make those related to your favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled if you're using a skill you're proficient in. So if you're proficient in survival, then that gets doubled, pretty much. But that's a big if. I don't think you chose survival, did you?
No.
Oh well. A
But,
ranger that doesn't know survival. Shit, I should have thought about that.
Damn it. No, but he does have investigation, so he might sort of look forward and say, "If you don't mind, may I try my hand at searching?"
I guess as an investigation check to survival.
Yes.
Go for
Possible.
Okay. Yay.
it. You see nothing.
Oh wait, hang on. Is it adding twice your proficiency bonus? It is. Oh, tell you what. Do something a little special for you this time around.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna say, right now, he should be an expert in investigation.
All right.
Wow.
Hmm.
Did it change much? It
Oh,
did not
exactly
change.
the same.
It did not change a damn thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. So you don't see much. But there are a couple of plants where you see branches have been broken off. Definitely somebody has passed down this way. And you immediately notice that this path on the other side of the gates is much less well used than the one leading up to it. The trees have kind of overgrown over part of the path. And what immediately strikes you about the Vale of Sadness is that whereas the forest up until now has been very lively and verdant and full of just life, here the trees are all kind of slumped. Willow-like branches sloping over the path. And behind you, you can hear birds, frogs, insects. And you hear similar sounds from the Vale of Sadness, but they're slower, lethargic, dolorous. What would you like to do?
Digger looks towards the rest of the crew and sort of gauges their reactions to it before speaking up again.
Baz has no real idea of where to head. Just notes, really, that, well, I can kind of see why this place is called the Vale of Sadness. I just hope that there isn't some sort of enchantment that's going on here. That would be kind of bad, wouldn't it?
I say we take the well-used path. Anyone wanting to flee would do so the quickest way.
I don't see a problem with that logic. Anyone else?
I would suppose the road not taken, but let's hear what...
I should specify, because I think I was being a bit confusing there. The well-trodden path is the one that you just came down up until this gate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there's one path ahead of you,
okay.
which is not so well-trodden.
I say we take the one path that there is to take.
As opposed to the twigs and branches, huh?
Mhm.
Well, the thing I don't know about, really.
We should
Lauren, did
maybe
you have-
stick to the path for now.
Okay. So with that, you set off down the path. Who's taking points?
I would assume we're smallest.
Ah, yes.
I'll do it.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
So you travel for about an hour. It's quite slow going because you're pushing through branches here and there that have overgrown the path. Make a perception check.
Huh?
Everyone, make a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, monk.
Oh,
So you actually have pretty excellent perception. So yeah, Lauren, can you find that
Sorry,
as well?
just
No worries.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Yep.
Oh.
So
Jeez.
Ruben and Vazmir, you, as you walk, start noticing lights drifting through the forest on either side of you, just quite far off. Just drifting between the trees. You can't quite see what they are. Triel, on the other hand, immediately knows that something is up. You see an ethereal glowing orb wandering between the trees, quite some distance away.
Guys, I don't think that forests are meant to glow this much.
Glowing forest? Is that what's going on?
Usually, can't you see the lights?
Vaguely.
Yep.
Do you think we should head over?
I don't know.
As you're saying this, you see ahead. The path is splitting. There's a fork in the path. There are 3 ways ahead of you. To the left, there's a path leading into an area that looks a little bit swampy. The path leading straight on is just as it has been up until now. The path leading right will take you towards the glowing orbs.